everyone. This is episode 125 of Noodle Time. Welcome back. Here with me is D, mileage tracker, almost out of preseason, OSG. How's it going, sir?
2 weeks away. 2 weeks away. And it's less than 2 weeks away now. As a matter of fact, because you're
Yeah.
on that same schedule. So, yeah, we'll be there very soon, guys. We'll be there very very soon, man. I'm chilling. I'm ready to go, getting prepared for it. Uh, Needed to be there this weekend, but unfortunately couldn't get there. The Surge had to get together. They're kind of a little preseason party, so unfortunately I missed that. So uh, no official trip yet, but mileage tracker is getting warmed up and ready to go, and we'll make up for it. But man, what's going on with you?
Hey, man, it's been going pretty good. Obviously, outside of the Dynamo and Dash and everything else, it's been a pretty hectic couple of weeks over here. But mostly that's just personal. But other than that, sports-wise, man, it's been insane. There's been a lot of soccer. Uh, Plymouth Argyle just upset Liverpool, by the way, in the FA Cup. So how the weekend's been. And by the way,
Yeah, I
Super
saw
Bowl's
that.
happening so soon, so
No,
it's
no,
gonna be.
let's just skip by the Super Bowl. We've got you're taking a loss on Tuesday. I'm not very confident, but you're taking a loss on Tuesday. Real Madrid's going down. City. Who knows what they're going to do? That'll be an interesting Champions League game, and I won't be surprised at any result in this one.
Man, both teams have their own issues going on. I feel like that game's gonna be just sheer insanity. Probably
Yeah,
you could say like a shit housery too. So
yeah, right. I'm thinking the same. It's going to be a shit show. 5-3, 5-2, something like that. Madrid will still win this game because City just don't know what the hell they're doing. They've been making a lot of signings, so we'll see if it comes together at some point. But blah blah blah. So yeah, like you said, Super Bowl, but we got our own little Super Bowl on Tuesday as well.
honestly, well, yeah, that's Champions League for you, and more
Hmm.
games to come. So it's gonna be insane. But yeah, man, just we gotta talk about Dynamo because we haven't talked about them in a while. Information in the off season and preseason has been like coming out in spurts, and we were just waiting for like all of the information to come in. But now we have a lot to talk about, so let's get into it.
Let's do
And
it.
first, we're gonna start with those here because we finally have some more news to talk about those. And the first one being that Marcelo Santos has been appointed as head coach for Dynamo Dos, heading for 2025 and beyond. And he was the former head coach for New England Revolution too. And before that, he was also involved with their academy for a few years. And honestly, I'm pretty excited about this. The Revolution have been a pretty good academy, or consistently just been producing talent over time. And Marcelo Santos has been involved there. And like even if you could say that the results haven't been there for MLS NEXT Pro on their MLS NEXT Pro side, it's just a matter of developing talent, and that's what the main focus is already. So, OSG, any thoughts about
I
this
mean,
hire?
he's already been quoted as saying he doesn't care about winning. He's here to develop players, and that's the
Yeah,
purpose of MLS Next Pro. So it's not to win; it's to develop players, and his job is to get players to the first team. So I was kind of surprised that Jeremy Hurdle didn't get the job, but I can understand when you look at this guy's resume, he's probably got more experience and he's done more and has a good head on his shoulders. So. I have no problem with this, and he's coming out straight said, I'm working on the talent, working on the talent." So obviously when you have the talent, you're going to work on getting wins in there and you can use your tactics and play games, but, trying to win. But so it'll be interesting. There's a couple players on Dose that, fans and the team is looking at highly. So we'll see if they can get fast tracked or, how they improve under this coach. And that'll be the curious thing. And, but we'll see very soon. They have a scrimmage on February 16th for their first scrimmage. I think their very first scrimmage was canceled,
yeah.
but they got one on the 16th coming up. So we'll kind of get to, and that's right before Dynamo's first game. So that'll be interesting to see who's playing there and who first look at them too.
Yeah, and if you guys remember, Jeremy Hurdle was the interim head coach for Dynamo Dos when Kenny Bundy left for the first team technical staff, and I feel like he did a pretty bad job, honestly. As you can remember, they've been trying to come back, and they've had like a pretty bad start of the year, and they ended up clinching a playoff spot. So that's pretty significant. But I hope he stays with the academy and goes back to coaching the youth teams. So looking forward to that if that's the case. But yeah, Marcelo Santos coming as a head coach, big, obviously a lot of experience heading into those to further develop players, and we'll see what this season brings, man.
Well, I'm curious. See how many games we'll get to see with Dose, how many games we'll get to really participate in during the weekends down there. But I already saw the one here in Austin's on a Friday night, so we'll definitely be available and going to that one for damn sure.
100%.
But
That's
looking
100%
forward to
happening.
this season. So we'll see if we can, keep you updated on Dose throughout the season because y'all do need to know about Dose. If you don't follow them or you don't watch their games, we do need to keep you updated on those players that are hot and coming through and who they are and all that. So pay attention throughout the year.
Yeah, man, we could potentially have another Sebastian Rodriguez, another Diego Gonzalez, man. Like even though they're not appearing in the first team a lot, those guys are the ones to watch right now. And if you've been watching those this past couple of years, they're insane. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, speaking of those games, and you briefly mentioned it, we do have the schedule already set up for those heading into next year, with the first game being on March 8th. And that's a Saturday, by the way. So that's very surprising. And they're gonna be opening the season at home against Sporting KC too. So I'll see if I can
Rivalry,
make it to that one.
rivalry game. That's isn't that the one we have uh RSL at home?
I believe so. I have to double check, but yeah, that one. One of the things that stood out to me, like as soon as I glanced through the schedule, was the fact that we're closing the season at Tacoma Defiance, and you know how much I love Tacoma Defiance.
Oh, well, hopefully we clinch by then, so we don't have to do this on decision day. That would be horrible. Ah, well, a way to get over the speed bump, though.
Yeah. So actually, I was able to confirm March 8th. We're on the road against Columbus Crew, so we're not gonna be at home.
Okay, good. Well then, yeah, I won't be going to that game.
Yeah, our cell's gonna be on the 15th.
Right, so this is at Columbus for a Dynamo. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. All right, well, we'll see. That's one game that not able to attend. Oh well.
No, yeah. And the schedule itself is gonna be 28 games. Of course, half of those are gonna be at home. And as always, like last year, all tickets are gonna be free of charge. You only need to claim the ticket on SeatGeek once the link goes up. So go watch it. Go watch the Dose game. Sabercat Stadium is pretty fun. It's a chill environment. You get to hear the players, all their parents,
Yeah.
the coach in the sideline. It's pretty good. So I highly recommend it if you haven't been there before. But yeah, go to a game, support the Dose.
It's like watching a youth game. You're right behind the bench, except you're right behind the bench and the coach and the players. And so you can literally hear everything that's going on, and you can clearly yell at the players like if you were the mom and dad on the sideline too. So yeah, it's crazy. It's cool. Go check it out if you haven't, and hope to see you there a few times this year.
No, yeah, I need to make it to one game at least because the Sunday games kind of kill me on like especially living in Austin. It's just annoying. but,
Yeah, yeah.
but yeah, I'll be to make it to one soon.
Same.
All right, and moving on. Well, kind of staying on those because we do have to talk about some of the players that have been
hmm
involved in some offseason movement. Kieran Sargeant has been loaned to Lexington and seeing USL Championship for 2025. Obviously, we've been seeing Kieran Sargeant with those a lot last year, and he's going to be moving up the playing level in 2025. So hopefully, he gets more development time in a pretty competitive league like USL Championship. And yeah, I feel like Kieran
Yeah,
Sargeant's going to be one of those players to watch.
yeah. Like you said, he's playing up a level, which will be better. He's going to get full time, hopefully, a lot of playing minutes as long as he fits in and does his work at the training over there. He's going to be a everyday left back over there, hopefully, and get a lot of minutes, and it's going to build him up. So when he comes back, or if we need to recall the loan, then if we need him for emergency play, then he can. He's got a little more experience, but he's a player that they didn't loan away just to get rid of him. I think they loaned away to gain more experience because he's not ready for the first team yet. So this is a good move. It's for one season. Let him go out there and have fun. He comes back and he tries to make the first team next year.
Yeah. So yeah, looking forward to his development and see if I can catch some USL Championship games down the road. And we also have another loan, and this one may have like a different context because Jefferson Valverde was loaned to Orense SC in Ecuador for the rest of the year. And I'm only saying it's a different context because I feel like Jefferson Valverde hasn't been like the player the Dynamo were hoping to be. So they're just checking to see how it goes and see if they can probably offload him after this year. But yeah, what are your
I think
thoughts?
his contract. I think his contract ends anyways after this year. So his loan is going to go to the extinction of his contract. So he's not even going to need to return to Houston. I hope he took all his stuff with him and he can move on from wherever he went to, and he's fine because at least we don't have to worry about him. He's not going to be playing on dose. He's not going to be talked about this year at all. He's gone, so that's good. What a waste. Unfortunately, that's his fault though.
Yep. Oh well.
Yep, that's what we say. Oh well. Adios.
Yeah, good luck to him, honestly. But yeah, it is what it is.
For real.
All right. Now moving on to those, let's get to Dynamo talk, and we're gonna start with a bang here because this news caught me by surprise when it happened this week, and man, the hype it has created around the Dynamo, it's just incredible. But Jack McGlynn has been traded from the Philadelphia Union to the Houston Dynamo. 21-year-old midfielder with already over 100 appearances for the Union in league play and in other competitions. The first ever cash swap in team history, and the first one for a homegrown talent in league history. $2.1 million straight cash.
Which is crazy. And this only happened because of that new rule that made it feasible for players to be traded within, to make it easier for players to be traded within the MLS. So once that rule, because Pat mentioned to Glenn in one of his interviews that McGlynn's always been on probably everybody's radar, but once that new rule came in, it was like, oh hey, his name is literally on the list now, so let's see what happens. And it looks like Dynamo made I guess the best offer, or was the best deal, or they really cared and said, hey, Houston is the best fit for you, go over there. But hey, not complaining. This is a move that I'm excited for. Ate's replacement, hell yeah! And you're thinking like you're taking the Champions League player to a up and coming superstar I don't even know if he is 21 yet. I didn't even think he had his birthday yet. So this dude, already filling in the shoes too, filling in the shoes, man. It's gonna be crazy. I'm for it, bro. Bring on Jack McGlynn.
We're talking about a player that's going to be seeing time consistently for the U.S. men's national team down the road. And we're also talking about a player that fits Achachi's profile. And regardless of how you see it, like, this is an amazing deal. Yeah, this is an amazing deal for Dynamo. And a player that's already going to be competing for a starting spot here. So it's just great all around. And you also mentioned the sources when it came to that, because Tom Bogger was the first person that reported on it. And a few things that were left out of the release were at least the percentage of the sell-on clause, because apparently, according to Tom, Philadelphia gets to keep like a 50% sell-on in case he's transferred out of Houston. And I feel it's going to be that probably in the next couple of years. But well, they do keep a pretty hefty sell-on clause and up to $1.2 million in incentives. So there's of course a lot of money on the table for Philadelphia, but honestly, if you look at it on the surface level, $2 million for Jack McGlynn, a player that we need desperately, or that profile for Machachi to fill his shoes, is just incredible.
Well, and he's already been declared a U22, so there's our fourth U22 on the team. So that already, you don't have to worry about his salary or the fees or anything like that. His salary is set because he's a U22. So yes, Philly can get another, I think you said 1.2 million on incentives. According to how he does this year. He's definitely going to be a damn starter. He's going to start in Achiache's position next to Arthur, in front of Arthur. Unless something big happens before that. But yeah, he started. So get ready for it. The 50% sell on calls. Houston gets 50. Philly gets 50, but Philly gets about, if Philly's getting $1 out of, if we're giving Philly $1, they're technically getting only like 25 cents of that dollar because they've sold the rights to Jack McGlynn from other teams have their rights to Jack McGlynn as well for a sell on calls. It's 20% from New York and the Red Bulls and 20% for somebody else. So Philly doesn't get shit on that sell on clause. So the 50-50 high,
Yeah.
it really isn't that high. We'll get 50%. Philly will get the 50, but then they got to break it around and sell it and
Yeah.
give their 50 on to everybody else. So that's the best part. So people are like, 50%, that's crazy. It's okay, guys. It's okay. We still going to get some good money when Jack McGlynn gets sold to Europe, and it's going to be way more than 2 point, whatever it is, with $3.3 million.
And Philadelphia Union fans were not happy about it. And also US men's national team fans were not happy about it because they were expecting him to go to Europe or just make the jump already. But man, Dynamo fans have been all over the place after this news. And also you mentioned it yourself that Houston was the team that put the most money out of everyone else. So it's pretty significant.
It's just good, and it's a good fit here. It's a good fit for him, and he's already been playing a couple of preseason games and already been showing off already on highlights. He's a set
Mm-hmm.
piece guy. I mean, he's literally going to take the place of Achi in every role. He's already taken free kicks. He's left footed. He's moving the ball. He's got 2 assists, I think, already. I think he might have scored 1. I don't know
Yep.
because we played 4 preseason games and tied them all in score. Uh, but he's been out there and he's been performing really great. He's already, man, so what a huge move this is. It's, you got you a DP8, a U22 DP8 now. So we got 1 DP slot open yet to make that move, but that'll come in time. But man, this Jack McGlynn move is this huge. And like you said, Philly's mad, but yeah, they should be mad. I don't think
I mean, that,
they're getting money in return. So man, we got the player, and this is going to help Houston. So they think Philly's in the East. They don't care about us anyways.
hey
But
man,
they
it's
do play us.
business.
They do play us
Yeah,
this year.
yeah, man, it's business. They took the money, and that's how it goes.
That is. What
But
a
yeah,
win
man,
though. What a win. Thanks for that new rule. Finally MLS does something good.
Jack McGlynn, it's gonna be insane. And staying in midfield, we do have a player rumor to go through because apparently a rumor that was confirmed by Glenn Davis was the fact that Junior Urso is set to be signed as a free agent. A 35-year-old holding midfielder, already played with Orlando City and previously Charlotte FC. And yeah, man, it's def. Whatever you look at it.
So he's a trialist for the Houston Dynamo. And it's hence where this information is probably coming from. He did play in the Dallas scrimmage. Somebody that was there in person says he did look very good. He's 36 years old. And I go, did he look 26 or 46? And that guy goes 26. So that was good news to hear that he's on the younger side, if you want to say that. But he's a trialist, so I don't think there's the contract hasn't been offered yet. So he's checking out. But if he looked well in Dallas last week or just a couple of days ago, and he fits Ben's role and he fits Ben's system, he'll be a break for Arthur whenever we can afford to take him out. You're up 3-0 or you're down 3-0. There's no sense in Arthur being in there anymore. I know you have Brooklyn Reigns as well. So give the guy a break. Give the captain a break.
Hey man, it's either that or Jan Gregus.
Well, that guy doesn't exist no more, so we're not worried about him.
Right.
That's
But
why I mentioned Reigns.
yeah. Yeah, he's still playing as a trialist, so nothing has been set in stone, but that's the rumor, and I feel like it's going to happen just based on the
Yeah,
feedback that everyone's been saying or the people that have been able to watch the scrimmages in person. Since we
yeah.
can see anything on streams or anything, I cannot say much, but But just based on his previous experience, I feel like this is a pretty safe bet for Houston.
It's okay. I mean, to me, just, if he works out, he'll get used. If he doesn't, he'll just sit there on the bench and occupy a spot for the whole season, and we won't do nothing with him. So it'll be up to him. He's going to have to show out at practice, and then when he gets game time, he's going to have to hustle and make sure he plays defense first.
Yep. Well, yeah, we'll see how that goes. And of course, we'll update you as soon as the news come out. But yeah, moving on to the technical staff. And you might like this one.
Oh, okay. Interesting. All right. Let's hear it.
So, Josh Wolff has been added to the Dynamo technical staff, the former Austin FC head coach, and will serve as Ben Olsen's assistant. Talk to me.
I don't know what for. The only thing that I got out of this is that he still has tracks with the U.S. national team and could probably help our players transition in that role over here. And he could be, what his role as an assistant coach is going to be and the technicality of his job. I don't know what it is and what he can bring to the table, because he sucked at offense last year as well and had problems with, building a team around Jerusi, a true 10. And this is what we're looking for, is a right winged 10-ish, not, or a right wing-ish 10, central 10. But so I don't know what his role is. Bundy's going to be the set piece guy and he's working on those with the team. So what does he come in to do? I assume just help Ben, and you just somebody that's going to just be more of a. I don't know, dude. I don't know. So I'm okay with it. You know, Austin and their reactions on Twitter just made me laugh. At like, I was like, dude, we've already gone through this like 5 or 6 times where y'all have had players come from us to y'all, and how'd that work out? So this is just we'll see how this works out. But he's just an assistant coach. He's not a head coach. So it's he didn't take a lateral move. He actually took a demotion to his next job. So he must not have had a head coaching job set up in line, or nothing worked out. So woo, y'all got us on that one. Wow. So he'll be sitting on our bench with his little caprice doing nothing. So I don't know what to think. Whatever. It's what comes with him.
Yeah, I was sitting on this news for a little bit, just thinking about it, and I feel like it's more towards what you just said, that he's mostly going to be an asset. He's going to have player connections already, and but of course he already has experience working with Ben Olsen. I believe years ago he was with DC United for a little bit.
1 year, so, 2013.
1 year, yeah,
or 12 or 13. I forget what year it was. And he was just an assistant coach, and he just came through real quick. So he did get a year under Ben Olsen, though. So yes, there is some knowledge, some experience there with each other.
Yeah, and even though it was 1 year, and obviously since then a lot of things have changed, I still feel like having Josh is going to be significant to the team in one way or another, or at least trying to get some players in. With one of those being a rumor that leads on with this one, because it was reported by Tom Bogert that Houston reportedly acquired the academy rights to Gavin Wolff, Josh's son, a 16-year-old center back that was in the Austin Academy and was playing for Austin FC2. So there's that.
He's a center back. He's 16 or 15, however years old he is. I've heard a couple say he's the best of the two brothers, and if that's true, that excites me, because Owen Wolff's not a bad player at all. He's an exciting player for his young age too, playing for Austin still. People were thinking, "Oh, is Owen coming with the coach? Is Owen coming with the coach?" And then the news came out that Gavin was coming with the coach, with Josh. So I'm good with it, man. We got rumors to another Brazilian center back that's supposed to be coming in with Andre. I don't know if that's going to happen. You still have Femi, so he'll be starting for Dose and be a partnership right there and get a lot of experience. And I don't know. We'll see. We'll get a close look at him as everybody else will know as well, and we'll get to judge him for ourselves. But I don't care that he's coming from Austin if he's got some potential. That doesn't matter to me. It doesn't affect me. I hope he works out so we can throw it back at him.
Yeah, and he's already been
I hope
involved
it
with
works.
yeah. He's already been involved with the youth national teams. So
Yeah,
obviously he has significant experience, and he was also featured in the MLS NEXT Pro All-Star game. So he's pretty talented, man, and I'm looking forward to see him with those this year.
hey, it's a good piece. So that's good to know that we're probably gonna have two good center backs for Dose right there protecting the back. So whoever that keeper's going to be for Dose and building out the back, it'll be good, and that could be a future right there. So let's see.
Yeah, go watch
I like
those.
the move. I like the move, man. I like the move. It's fine. I got no complaints about Josh Wilson. He sucked as a head coach and couldn't figure it out with Austin, and there could have been more to it. I don't follow him that close enough, but he's not a head coach. He's an assistant coach. He's doing so. Most most coaches are great assistant coaches, and they pan out when they come back, become head coaches. So sorry, Joshua didn't pan out as a head coach, but he could be a great assistant coach. So no complaints. You get his a very good potential center back out of it too. So I'm happy with the move. No complaints on both
Yeah,
ends.
and he could succeed in a different role because sometimes something may not fit your profile, but something else might. So we'll
Yeah.
see how it goes. But yeah, and those are the Wolves. And yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. You won't hear no chance in the stadium for a while.
Right. But yeah, preseason for Dynamo so far. Of course, no streams for any of the scrimmages, and we already have 4 scrimmages under the belt. All ties. So Houston Dynamo. So they did play the first scrimmage at HSB, and they tied 2-2 against San Antonio FC.
So more contacts.
Back,
They're
yeah,
playing four 30-minute quarters. So obviously first team's playing the first 30, and then they start making substitutions throughout all those halves. And the first team does not play anything past the first half for us in all these games. So when we say Dynamo, it's between the entire friggin' roster that's getting a chance to
yeah,
play in these scrimmages as well. So some of these games we're leading, and it ends up being tied, or we come back and end up tying it late. So it's going both ways. But yeah. A little more context. 4 30-minute halves in all these scrimmages.
yeah. And sometimes some of them have like three periods too, and like you
Yeah.
said, the players have this like switching back and forth. And obviously, we can't see it. We don't really know the entire context. Like at least Houston, like on the social media, they were just like posting lineups and everything like that. But still, we don't know the formation. We don't know the performance or really how they've been setting up for those. So
Just from what Ben Olsen and them have been saying when they interview, because they have been allowing interviews at these scrimmages as well. So, was media at the Dallas one, so media did get to see the Dallas one, and they talked to him. And the one before that too, they got to talk to the one where when San Antonio was in Houston, media was allowed to go to that one. So there's 2 instances where we've gotten a lot of information out of those scrimmages, and things have been different, i.e. they're going to play more direct out of the back with the keeper because you have that opportunity. Clark, you couldn't play direct, meaning you can play long balls to Ponce. Ponce has to win the ball, of course, and bring it down and start the offense from there. But that's more options that Clark never did. He was terrible at it, and we always had to play out the back, and it just slowed down the game sometimes. So this will help us play out faster, and it opens up the midfield space. So been hearing that's been kind of happening. So we'd hear our little tidbits, so it'd be interesting. But yeah, wait till we get the eye test on February 22nd in Houston against Dallas. Will be the first time you truly get to get a real feel of what they've been working on this preseason. And Ben said he's been working on that final third a lot. So let's see if it translates to the field.
yeah, the big shoes to fill for Andrew Tarble in a few things, but he can help us
I'm
with
good with
that.
it. Yeah, I'm good with Tarble.
But yeah, going back to some other results, just to run through those. Like back at HSP when they had their first scrimmage against San Antonio FC, they did tie 2-2. And right after that, they went on their preseason camp in Tampa, where they tied FC Cincinnati 1-1, and later on New England Revolution 3-3. And we did get a few clips from that one, a few goals here and there. But like you mentioned earlier, like Jack McGlynn was still involved with assists and a goal, so that's pretty significant.
Ponce with a couple of goals this offseason as well, looking good too, there too. So, Gabe Siegel with a goal. It's been Eric Duenas with a goal. So, a couple players getting goals out there. Especially the new ones coming in. Ponce just getting them because of came in late last year, and then Duenas getting a goal, and McGlynn getting a goal and the 2 assists. And there were crosses. One was a corner and one was a cross. One to Ponce, one to Eric. And Eric just boom right into the friggin' corner. That was one of the highlights we did get to see. That was a pretty goal.
Yeah, and credit to the Dynamo for posting the goals, because at least we get something to watch from the scrimmages.
Yeah.
And so the last scrimmage that they've been playing prior to this recording was the one they just played in Frisco, where they tied 2-2 against FC Dallas. And man, I cannot stop watching that Aries Vechenko header, man. I don't know why.
Was it a header or was it his foot?
Well, whatever. It's always a header to me.
Yeah. I think he placed it in the corner with his foot, but whatever.
Yeah.
It was still beautiful. It was still beautiful, and then it came off of Jack McGlynn corner, taking those set pieces. So beautiful to see, and then of course the celebration. Eric's so passionate.
Man, Jack McGlynn is a preseason menace already. I love it.
Yes, I love it, dude. Whew, I'm ready.
Yeah,
excited.
And
still got more to do though.
Yeah, I wish I could just stream at least one scrimmage, but they do have 2 more in the schedule, and they're going to be traveling to Fort Lauderdale to play the last 2 scrimmages of the preseason. First one being against Columbus Crew, and that's going to be on the 12th, so just a few days away. And then their last scrimmage is going to be against DC United on the 15th. So we'll see.
That one's going to be weird. The 15th, because Dose plays on the 16th, so you might not see some players play on the 15th that play on the 16th, and it's going to kind of be of a telltale who's kind of leaning towards what camp they're going to be assigned to start the season. So that'll be interesting to see right there who gets left back, or do they keep Dose with the first team since Dose doesn't play for a couple weeks after that, and just let them all be with the scrimmage on the 15th, and then just let your academy be the scrimmage on the 16th, which will probably be better, and do it that way. I hope so. But just something to point out, because that's the week up of coming up to our first game.
No, yeah, and I figured it was going to be that moment when, like you said, players are going to be assigned to their respective teams, and they're going to be making decisions to trim down the roster. So just something to look forward to, and whenever they post the lineups for those scrimmages.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's all the information we've got for now, but we do have a few events left this week, and it's going to be a big week. We finally got the jersey that's set to be unveiled. Of course, we already had the leak, but the official unveiling should be over the next few days. And
Thursday.
Thursday.
Thursday's the official unveiling. I believe it's just season ticket holders, but we'll have the opportunity to purchase it on Thursday online prior to the event on Saturday. So I believe Thursday is the unveiling, and we have seen a couple things because of the photo ops that the Dynamo have released in the purple jerseys, i.e. the Apple logo has the lightning bolts in it. And every team has something different in their Apple logo over here. Or this is so old they didn't even have Apple, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Apple logo is going to have the lightning bolts in it, so that's going to be freaking cool. And every team has something different, so be looking for that. If you don't even notice it, your Apple has Houston inspired into it, which is awesome. And you can see it because Jack McGlynn has got one of the photos where you just scroll in and there it is. It's a better picture. It's a neat little thing for y'all that maybe didn't notice or see yet. Go check it out.
Yeah, and that's any detail that they were able to change. So it's better than nothing, and just having the plain Apple logo there. But
Mm-hmm.
well, yeah, something to look forward to whenever the authentic jersey is unveiled, so we can check the differences between the authentic and the replica, like every year. But man, I'm feeling very optimistic about the authentic.
I'm ready for it. I like what it kind of looks like from what we've seen, but yeah, it's going to look even better when it's authentic. So, and even in person, that's what's going to be even better. So, I'm ready for it, man. And then that dash one, I'm ready for that dash one too to get
Oof.
released. And, yeah, so yeah, save some money for your trips to Houston because we gotta get some jerseys this year.
Man, more purple. I'm looking
Man,
forward to it, and the Dynamo's jersey is gonna be like the anniversary one. Oh man,
yeah,
it's gonna be a lot
yeah,
of money.
it's gonna make us all cry.
Right. But yeah, jersey should be unveiled officially on Thursday, like OSU just said, and the season kickoff fan fest is scheduled for Sunday the 16th. So everyone else that's not a season ticket holder is going to have the opportunity to purchase the jersey in that event as well. And not just that, but also they're going to be able to check on the team, get some autographs, get some merch, go to the locker room sale if you already RSVP'd. So make sure to RSVP for next Sunday, because it's going to be a good one.
Make sure you do. But the fan fest will be fun for everybody. I don't think I'll be able to make it this weekend. I didn't even RSVP for the fire sale because I didn't think I was going to be able to make it. So obviously I have no chance in that if I do go. But it's just like you said, get a few autographs, mingle with everybody, meet some more people. You will not see Webb there. Webb is officially in Spain and has officially landed
Yeah.
after it took him forever just to get there because of visa issues and all that crap. But he is officially there, y'all. Webb is in Spain, and he is close to the Mediterranean Sea. It's so cool. He can ride his bike down to the friggin' ocean. I mean, you live by the ocean in Houston, anyways. But from his view where he's staying, the ocean's just right there, and it's a nice little ride too for a bike. But shit, he's enjoying his life already. So good for you, Webb, man. I hope you're still listening to us and still listening to the others in Houston. I know you'll be following along on game day, but H is up, Webb.
Yeah, shout out to Webb, the true legend. Like it's gonna feel different without him on game
Mm-hmm.
days. He's gonna be watching a lot of TV and probably staying up late there as well just to catch Dynamo. but
Hey,
but yeah, man,
we'll be
respect.
watching whoever's up there taking his place. Better get them flags up there.
Yeah, we gotta get the replacement for him.
Yeah, I hope he has that worked out already. Because if not, well, we'll have to do something. We'll have to bring the flag somewhere else in the stadium or something like that. Damn.
yeah,
Yeah,
this
we miss you, Webb.
yeah the search might to take over flag duties. But yeah, man, that's gotta be all the information we've got right now. And man, less than 2 weeks away for the season to start. It felt like forever.
I'm ready. I'm ready with the big Dallas game. We will be at the tailgate in Lot C, chilling and hanging out with the Surge. So that's actually not in Lot C. Sorry. We'll be at Dynamo headquarters. So we'll be at Dynamo headquarters having our tailgate and enjoying ourselves and listening to music and some cooking going on. We'll probably have one of our sponsors we'll probably go get some food from one of our sponsors. So man, come check us out. We'll be over there where we are the Surge, but Andreas will be there. I'll be there. Juan will probably be there. I'll see if I get Herman to stop by and say hello for the first time this year. And so looking forward to it. Going to have a good time. But come check us out over there in the Dynamo parking lot before the FC Dallas game. And once Albatillon comes out of Texas tailgate and starts walking into the stadium, that's when we'll all walk into the stadium and we'll do it together. And then it's kind of a cool little thing to do. So y'all want to do that, man? Y'all know where we're at. You heard it here.
Yeah, man. Check out the tailgate. Houston Dynamo headquarters, just a few blocks away from Shell Energy Stadium. You'll see it right away. It's a building with a orange pillar right away.
Right
Just
across
check
from
out the
lot
parking
C,
lot.
you could see
Yeah,
the big screen from the stadium, from the building. So I mean, 1 block away, literally.
1 block. Yeah, yeah.
Don't make it
It's
sound so far away, man.
it's barely even a walk. I don't know why I said a couple blocks more, but yeah. But yeah, guys, as always, we do appreciate your support. Thank you so much for tuning in. And all up preseason long, all season long, and a few weeks away, we'll stay at it, man. We'll keep posting our content. And as always, we do appreciate your feedback, letting us know if we're missing a couple things or just general praise. We do appreciate that. And of course, every time you tune in. As always, we do have all our podcast episodes set up on Foxtrot TV, on YouTube, and Ghost TV, as well as everywhere else you listen to your podcasts. Just search Noodle Time. We'll be there 100%. And just stay updated with our blog as well. Our Ko-fi page, kofi.com/dynamicfoxtrot. That's ko-fi.com/dynamicfoxtrot. We'll be also setting up our newsletter pretty soon, so keep an eye on that. If you're already registered in Fox in the Box for a while back, we're gonna get that up and running pretty soon. So keep an eye on that. It's gonna be pretty good.
And what else? What else we have going? What else we have coming up? We got a brand new Dash episode coming up. Remember this season we've separated Dash from Dynamo in these episodes. So you'll hear a Dash episode, you'll hear a Dynamo episode. So just stay tuned, or you'll hear an Instant Ramen. Those will be starting back up here pretty soon. I mean, pretty soon, where we'll be talking to the opponents and getting to know our opponents before they come into the stadium. And then, the next Noodle Time, there might be something for y'all to hear on that episode coming out. But, Andres, I believe that you paid a visit to another friend of ours this past weekend or a couple days ago. Why don't you tell us what you did then? Because, man, I like it when we get to go out and collab with somebody else.
Man, a Designated Players podcast. I was able to chat with Andrew this week. We chatted for like roughly 30 minutes about Dynamo, what they've been up to this offseason and what to expect this season. And man, whenever you get a chance to check it out, I did retweet it a couple times in our Twitter profile, but check out the Designated Players podcast with Andrew. They're just amazing to work with, and man, this is like our second time we're able to do it, and I'm always happy to do that. So check it out if you haven't already. And like always, you just said that we're starting to set up time just to talk about the Dash specifically because there's a lot of news for the Dash, man, and we're trying to break down the episodes, not make it not like over an hour long because it's just a lot of content. But oh man, that also Instant Ramen starting up pretty soon. A lot of content coming up for you guys, and as always, we do it because we're passionate about it and we love sharing with you guys. So thank you so much for your continued support and just being there, no matter what, for these teams.
And Espanol, don't forget about Dynamico. We'll be back there in the wings somewhere sometime. So, like you said, there's a lot. You have Noodle Time. You have Instant Ramen. You do have, like I said, there's might be some new news coming up on the next Noodle Time with the Dynamo news. So, a lot going. Articles coming up. The newsletter coming up. Man, so yeah, stay tuned, y'all. There's a lot to follow, a lot to cover, and we're with everybody else. We're just trying to bring you the news, and some of it's going to be repetitive, but you may like to follow us better than somebody else, or you may like to follow them, or you may like to follow both. That's what I do, man. I like to follow both. I like to listen to the others as well. I like to interject with the others too. So no fault there. You don't have to pick one. So hear us. Like you said, we're making them shorter, so you get to pick and choose what you want to listen to. Have fun with it. Hope to see you out there in the concourse too, at the stadiums, y'all.
Yeah, man. We keep appreciating your support, man. This season we're gonna go 200 miles per hour, and at some point in the year we'll definitely see you guys. But for now, we do appreciate you as always. Thank you so much for tuning in, and as always, to Noodle, y'all.
Cages up.